Welcome to another day, another unboxing, folks. This is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro. If you remember last year, I was madly in love with the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max, which was basically the precursor to this, which was a super packed terms of feature, affordable 4G phone. And this is again the same thing. This is not a 5G phone. Snapdragon 732G, so that's basically a 4G chipset. Nonetheless, 108 megapixel camera on this thing. So let's go through the specs. I don't have all of them. I don't have any pricing, so I'll put the price in here if I find out before the video gets published. This is what the box looks like. Redmi Note 10 Pro, Redmi Note 10 Pro, and on the bottom is really nothing. So let's open it up. Nothing in here. Got a little divider action here with probably a, SIM removal tool. We've got some documentation and of course a clear TPU case, which Xiaomi always includes, which is really nice. These are, they get you started, they're nice, they don't yellow over time, they're well fitted. So we have an idea what the camera pod looks like right here. So now we've got the actual phone here. Let's pull that out and take a look. As you can see, 108 megapixel quad camera, 120 Hertz AMOLED display. Yes, this is a 1080p AMOLED 120 Hertz display, big improvement over last year's IPS panel. And then you've got, Snapdragon 732G, as I said, 33 watt fast charging, pretty cool. So that's it. Let's put this aside and look at the manuals real quick. So you've got warranty card, we don't care about that. And then we've got this stuff here, multiple languages, descriptions, etc., etc. So, got a divider here with charger. So this is a 33 watt charger. It's a bespoke charger for Xiaomi. It's got that nice little orange accent here that you see on a lot of Xiaomi chargers. And of course, a matching cable, which will have an orange keyed USB Type-A connector on one end, and USB Type-C connector at the other end. You have to use this cable with this charger to get 33 watt fast charging because it's a customized thing. So that's what you need to know about that. Let's have a look at the phone now. Here we go. Let me unwrap it. And then there's an IMEI sticker in the back, so let me get that off so we can be off to the races. Here we go. And ta-da! Ah, this one's the black one. So look at that camera pod, huh? That's pretty crazy. So let me fire it up and we'll go from there. There we go, it's starting up. So I think the fingerprint sensor might be on the power lock key here. It might not be an under display sensor despite this being an AMOLED panel. All I know is that the battery is a 5020 milliamp hours, that you have that 120 Hertz AMOLED 1080p display, that we have a Snapdragon 732G, not sure how much storage or RAM, but I would expect at least 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of storage based on other Xiaomi products, and the 108 megapixel rear camera. So as you can see, there's a little bit of bezel at the bottom, but not too much bezel everywhere else. It's a flat screen. As you can see, there's a camera here and a hole punch with a weird little silver accent like Samsung does. I don't really like when I do that. I'd rather it be completely black. In terms of the rear cameras, there's 4. So we've got a 108 megapixel main sensor, which is the Samsung sensor. I presume without OIS, we got probably an ultra wide and a depth sensor and a macro of some kind. I will list the specs if I get them before the video gets published. And you can see an LED flash here, and it's interesting because it's like a 2-tiered pod. There's like, see like the thickness? There's like one little pod, then another little pod. It's very interesting. 33 watt charging, 5020 milliamp hour battery. And honestly, I'm not sure what this is made of. It feels well made, but I think it's plastic. It feels like glass, but I feel that it might be plastic. But honestly, it doesn't feel like cheap. It feels almost as nice as, say, a Galaxy S20 Fan Edition. So that tells you something. So that's the front. You can see the display is beautiful, AMOLED. And then here's the back. Let me walk you through the edges real quick. So you got volume rocker here and a power lock key, which looks like it has a capacitive fingerprint sensor on the right-hand side. Bottom, you've got a speaker, a USB Type-C port, primary microphone, pretty much what you'd expect. I like how this is a matte finish here, and an insert. And on the left-hand side, you have nothing but the SIM slot. I presume this has micro SD, and then there is a headphone jack on top. Stereo speakers, because you can see the second speaker, which probably is a port for the earpiece, secondary mic, and an infrared transmitter. Pretty typical Xiaomi here. So yeah, this looks like a pretty spec complete phone. Based on my experience with last year's Redmi Note 9 Pro Max, this is going to be a beast of a phone for the money. Assuming you can live with a Snapdragon 732G and 4G, you know, 5G is becoming kind of a thing for a lot of people. So the pricing on this will really define where this phone fits into the lineup. But I'm excited because they took a lot of the industrial design from the Mi 10T, their kind of second half of the year flagship from 2020. And, you know, they're applying it to this beautiful design, affordable phone. So that's it, folks. That's the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro. Pretty affordable 4G phone with a lot of interesting feature-packed specs. Pretty cool stuff. So stay tuned. I'll have more videos soon. Of course, like, subscribe, tell your friends. Click the notification bell below. Comment below. Tell me, if you're looking for an affordable phone, would you forego 5G for this phone based on the specs, the AMOLED, the 108 megapixel, the 33 watt charging, the large battery? Or would you rather have 5G and buy, say, a OnePlus Nord N10 5G, something like that? Let me know in the comments. And of course, remember to subscribe to the podcast. mobiletechpodcast.com is where it's at. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, and Spotify. Subscribe so you can hear my thoughts on this phone when I review it on the podcast. That's it, folks. Stay tuned. I'll have another video soon. Until then, cheers, everybody.